What California represents is the Biden-Harris agenda on steroids. They would love nothing more than to get 4 more years to be able to take the California model nationally. That would be disastrous for working people.
You're trolling folks and trying to find migrants to play political games to try to get some news and attention so you can out-Trump Trump. And by the way, how's that going for you, Ron? I know Nikki Haley's campaign is asking, when are you going to drop out and at least give Nikki Haley a shot to take down Donald Trump in this nomination? She laid you out.
Wow, zingers aplenty. 2 of America's most prominent governors duking it out in prime time during the great red versus blue state debate. So who won? Look at this amazing panel. Washington Examiner deputy editor of Restoring America, Kaylee McGee-White, Fox News contributor and Wall Street Journal editorial board member Bill McGurn, and columnist for The Messenger, Kristen Tate. Awesome to have all 3 of you. Kristen, I begin with you. A lot of zingers, like I said. Who won the debate? And follow-up question, is Gavin Newsom still considered the first in line if Biden drops out?
Yeah, well, I think Ron DeSantis clearly won this debate. In some ways, this was definitely a debate between the 2 of these guys, but in other ways, it was a debate between Newsom and Joe Biden. You know, the Democrats, they have this 81-year-old doddering man as the head of their party, and everyone's kind of looking around, wondering who they can replace him with. And their great hope, Gavin Newsom, I think really let them down last night. You know, when DeSantis confronted him on keeping kids out of school for years in California, or on the high taxes in his state, or the exploding crime, Newsom kind of hemmed and hawed and then started outright lying. It was a very off-putting performance. And for years, Todd, Republicans have been very worried about Newsom because he's so polished. But what might be going on is he's been so polished because the media keeps throwing him these softball questions. But when he's actually in the ring with a strong conservative like DeSantis, he breaks down and we see he's a paper tiger. So I'm not quite sure Newsom is up for 2024, even if Joe Biden were to step out.
Quick follow-up to you, though, on 2024. Should DeSantis drop out, per Newsom's suggestion, and let Nikki Haley take on Trump?
No, absolutely not. DeSantis showed he's a fighter last night, and he should definitely stay in this race. This is the Ron DeSantis that a lot of people have been waiting to see up until now. His debate performances so far, though, have been underwhelming until last night.
Understood. Kaylee, Kristen alluded to it. We all know Newsom can bob and weave, but last night he out and out lied a few times, including this notion that people are leaving Florida and going to California. What'd you make of that?
Right. Last night we learned that Newsom is a pathological liar and a slick politician, and Ron DeSantis is an excellent presidential candidate when Donald Trump isn't sucking all the oxygen out of the race. And you're right, Newsom did lie repeatedly, and we shouldn't be surprised by that, because how else do you defend his record in the consequences of his policies in California? He has to lie about California's crime rate. He has to lie about the exodus of people from his state, because they're indefensible policies, especially when you compare them to the massive amount of people who have moved to Florida, to the low tax rates in Florida, to the better economy in Florida. You put these states side by side and you put the governors side by side, and the winner here is pretty clear.
Interesting. Bill, what did you make of Newsom refusing to say he is 100% against an abortion in the 9th month, with the exception of the health of the mother? I thought that was really revealing.
It was revealing, but it's nothing that Democrats haven't said for 50 years. They've never been for any limits, and you try to corner them on it, and they just won't answer.
Bill, quick follow-up. Will DeSantis go up in the Republican polls because of this debate last night?
I think so. I mean, I think DeSantis did very well. This was tailor-made for him. A debate, red state, blue state, really Florida versus California, and he has a strong case. And that's why he shined. I think in the Republican debates, he's shown the same pattern. He's been great when he's asked about his record or something he did in Florida. He's been very good. Where he's not been so good is when he's asked a question that he thinks might get him in trouble with Trump voters, and he kind of equivocates. And I think that's hurt him. Haley hasn't equivocated. And I think DeSantis is a strong candidate, but he hasn't learned how to answer the Trump questions, like January 6th with the vice president.
Right.
He just, kind of gets faulty. He looks like he's calculating what do you want to hear? And he gives an answer that no one believes.
And I think that's a really astute observation. In this debate, he was on the attack. The other times, he kind of tries to not upset the Trump voter. Quick, one-word answer to Kristen and Kayleigh. Is DeSantis going to go up in the polls? Kayleigh, to you first.
Yep, this was the highlight of his presidential campaign thus far.
Understood. Kristen, will he go up in the polls?
Probably a little bit, but not enough to overtake Trump.
And that's the question. We will see if he does any work building or chipping away at that 50-point lead in some states. Kayleigh, Bill, Kristen, thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.